Well, hello everyone and welcome back to another video. So before I continue, I want to introduce everyone to my new cameraman and friend, Peter the gardener. Well, hello Peter.
Hello.
So I just want to introduce you really quickly because you're going to be helping me film my YouTube videos. So we just met randomly like in the street, didn't we? Just by chance, and I got talking to you. You'd lived in London for 14 years and you're a gardener and a garden designer.
Yeah, exactly. And I moved to Madrid like 4 years ago.
Yeah. So you're going to be helping me?
Of course.
And well, you're Peter and you're a gardener, so you were the inspiration for the Peter the gardener from the book. So he's named after you. Right, so I'm going to give you the camera now.
Perfect.
Right. First of all, I'd like to do a bit of an update on what's going to happen to the Gardeners Cottage, because a lot of people have been speculating is the chateau going to be sold because the convent's been sold? You know, what's going to happen to the cottage because, you know, Michael spent all that money renovating it. Well, nothing's going to change. It's going to stay exactly as it is. Like, Gwen's going to keep the chateau and the cottage is still mine. So that's fine. But the problem is it's sat empty. So it's kind of a bit of a shame. It needs a few little bits finished. I need to finish installing the bathroom and I need to put one more window in. But it's just small things really. So what we're going to do is we're going to get it finished off. I'm going to go back in a couple of weeks. I need to take more pictures for the illustrations for the book, The Tale of Pip and the Gardeners Cottage. And it'd be nice to pick up a few bits. And what I'm going to do is actually, once it's finished, which shouldn't take too long, I'm going to turn it into an Airbnb so that all the viewers, all the people that have followed it over the years, the people that love the Gardeners Cottage, maybe even people who've discovered it through the book, they will all be able to go and stay in the Gardeners Cottage. So the first thing we need to do is, my mum has sent me all of my Beatrix Potter related books, and I need them for some inspiration, and they've all been dropped off at a collection point just down the road. I want to quickly show you, Peter, if you can come a bit closer. I want to show you the first illustrations that I've done. I did start drawing it in the last video. So this is Pip, sat on the shelf of the cottage with his gold thimble and a cup of tea, and it's got the 2 spode plates there. So that is the first one I've done. And the second one is here. This is the Gardener's Cottage. And this is actually the 3rd illustration from the story. So this will be on the page where it goes in. Tucked into its corner was the prettiest little gardener's cottage that had ever been seen. And that's that scene there. And then actually this is the last page of the book. And the reason the illustration is shorter is because underneath this one, it would go, "It was an awfully big adventure, but the tea had never tasted so good. The end." So that's actually the last illustration from the book. So I've done the last one and I've done the 3rd one. So what I really want to discuss really quickly before we go and pick up all of my Beatrix Potter books and get them all out and unpack them. What I want to do is talk about the prints and why we're releasing these 2 prints. So what we are going to be doing is we're going to be self-publishing the story, The Tale of Pip and the Gardener's Cottage. We thought about going to publishers, and we looked at the schedule of maybe getting that published through a publisher, but really it would take much longer. It wouldn't be till next year at least that these were released. And then obviously we'd have to be restricted by what the publisher will want to do. The revenue from actually going through a publisher is much, much less than if you self-publish. You know, we might be just getting like pennies per book. Whereas if we actually can fund ourselves the printing and the production of these, we can then take them to distributors, get them into bookshops and things like that. But we can even sell them ourselves through our own website. So what we've decided to do is, because it is quite expensive to book a slot, and that this is one of the, I'm not going to tell you the company, but it is one of the biggest British printing companies. And they have a factory where the books print 24/7. They don't stop. So we need to secure a slot. We need that slot at the beginning of September. So we really, to secure the slot, we need to pay them a deposit. It's quite expensive, but we don't have all of the money. We do have some of it, but we'd like to raise a little bit of extra money. Now, this isn't just like a send us money, like a fundraiser thing. This is you actually are buying a print that you get, a signed print. So these are the 2 prints. We've done them framed here. They're all signed by me. Now, we thought we need to do something a little bit more special than that. So we're actually going to be releasing 2 versions of the book. We'll be releasing the classic sort of Beatrix Potter sized version but we're going to have it done in the very vintage style like these, not like the modern glossy looking ones. So, you know, with the debossed and all of that. So I'll show you that up close. I do have all the other ones that have been delivered in the box, so we'll go and get those a bit later, but this is the one that I brought with me. So that is kind of what they're going to be like, the vintage style. But we're also going to do a large, so this is just for the size, we're going to do a larger version so that actually you get the full size illustrations as they were painted by me in the book. So we're going to be a large, this is going to be a special deluxe edition with like gold embossed writing. It might even come in like a beautiful fabric. Now, anyone who buys a print, doesn't matter how many you buy, because if you buy 1 print, you can nominate 1 name. If you buy 2, you can nominate 2 names. 3, you can nominate as many names as you want. If you buy a print, your name will be put in the book. So at the back, we'll have a dedication page. This book is dedicated to all the people that helped create this book and get it into production, and your names will be in the book. So you can, when you actually do the order, you can say, I want to put my name, or I want to put my granddaughter's name or grandson's name, or anyone you want. So you can nominate a name and the names will all be in the book. And I think that'd be amazing. And that'd be a real thank you to everyone who's followed this journey. So the prints are available now on doingitourselves.com. I'll put the link in the description box. But we're also doing a very special presentation set. So you can either buy 1 print, whichever one you want, or you can buy them in a pair and you make a saving if you buy the pair. You get them much cheaper if you buy the 2 together. But we're doing this amazing presentation folder. The color of the folder is matched to the door and the windows of the Gardeners Cottage, that beautiful greeny blue color. And they come with a special certificate of authenticity that's signed by me. Anyone who buys any of the prints will get their name in the book, but also they'll get the signed print as well. And we've kept them as reasonable as we can. So they're only 45 euros, which is about $45-ish with the exchange rate, plus shipping. But there's 2 options of shipping. You can have the standard shipping or you can have the fast shipping. If we can sell enough prints to top up the money that we have, we will be able to next week confirm with the printing company that the book will go and we'll get the printing slot. And then all I need to do is just finish the illustrations, and I've worked out that if I need to do 1 illustration every 3 days, it's more than capable, because this one took 2 days. This one took 3 days because it's quite detailed. Some of them will be half that size, some of them will just be a little vignette. I might be able to do like 2 or 3 of those in a day. What we need to do is go and pick up my other Beatrix Potter books, because I only brought a couple with me, and my mum has kindly gone into the Gardeners Cottage, got a box and put all my books in it, and she's shipped it to me, so we're going to go and pick them up now. So let's do it. We found the box. Look, that's quite cool, isn't it, for a car park? There are. Anyway, so we found the boxes. Let's go and have a look. Oh, wow. Go. Yeah, but there's 2. That's not too many actually. What's the other one? This is great because Mum can literally go to one of these boxes in the local town where the cottage is or the chateau, and you just pay online. It gives you a code. You press the code in, you put your box in. I mean, I guess they have these everywhere now, don't they? But for me, they're quite new. Oh, that's heavy. Okay. Let's have a look, see what books she sent, because I actually did not realise that I had this many books on the subject of Beatrix Potter. Ooh, from the wrapped at least, that's good. Beatrix Potter. The Artist and Her World, right? Beatrix Potter Society. Ah, Beatrix Potter Secret Code Breaker. So this is her secret diary that she wrote in code, and the code, the key to unlocking it was actually my birthday, the 16th of October, 1793.
Really?
Yeah, it was. What's this? Ginger and Pickles. Oh, that's a really old one. Look at that. So all of the books weren't all tiny ones, actually, which is really interesting. Fairy Caravan. Ah, look at this one. So the reason I wanted these books is because I wanted to compare the original editions, sort of from 100 years ago, and how they were constructed as a book compared to the modern ones, this is a modern one. I want to make my Beatrix Potter inspired books, inspired by the original ones from about 100 years ago. What's this? This is A Tale of Benjamin Bunny. This is a first edition misprint, but sadly the spine's gone. It needs restoring, and I think there's a couple of pages missing. But 1904. It's a first edition, and it's got a spelling mistake in it. And Beatrix Potter, when she found out, she made the publishers recall the entire batch. And so it's a rare survivor. Okay. Oh, there's Pip the Mouse, look. This is what Jenny made. There you go. He used to sit on the organ in the convent, but that's lovely. So we've got him back, he's here. Peter Rabbit. The Tale of Peter Rabbit, Brian. Sam Whiskers. Bill Gloucester. The Sly Old Cat. God, I must have bought a lot of these books over the years. Okay. The Journal of Beatrix Potter. Okay. Beatrix Potter's Gardening Life.
Nice.
This is a book of her letters that she wrote, correspondence. That's really interesting, actually. This would be quite good, like miniature ones. Okay. let's put them all up properly. There we go. What's this? Oh, Robert. So this is from the organ. Okay. The Tale of Tuffany, Cousin Beatty. So many books. What's this one? A Life in Nature. Yeah. Walking with Beatrix Potter. The Tale of Jemima Puddle Duck. This one should have a dust cover, but maybe it's in another box. Okay, that's cool. Very interesting. Okay, so just here in the kitchen, let me just make sure it's not too bright. Peter, the gardener, is actually organising all the cupboards. So this cupboard here is just in the kitchen, and it's got lighting in it, and I haven't been using it for anything. So he's decided that he's going to display all the books beautifully. So there's all the different ones. Tale of Ginger and Pickles. What have we got here? Some nice books here. Beatrix Potter, 1866. There is actually one missing. I wonder where that is. It might be out the back. They had a very special edition of The Tailor of Gloucester, like a full-size edition, but I believe it was in where my bathroom is. So that's another set of books. So these are really interesting because these are the original books, sort of from over 100 years ago. This one was published in, I believe, that says 1901. But that's when it was written. I believe this one was actually published in 1903. But this book might be from a couple of years later. But I want these to be what my books are like. So instead of the modern ones, which are kind of a bit more just sort of glossy and a bit shiny looking, I want them to sort of have this feel of a vintage book, but still be the same size. So there we have it, all done. It's all organised beautifully. It looks like a little cabinet from a museum. And you've got Pip there. That's the one that Jenny did for me with these little... That's an actual pipe from the pipe organ, but obviously it's a spare one. That's part of the story, the first story, which will actually be the second book, but that won't be released till next year. Got the Tale of Peter Rabbit there. Very old copy. I think it's a 1940s American copy, I believe. These are British ones from sort of 1903 or 1904. Some of them a bit later. That's a very early one. That's from 1905, I believe. I told you that that's the misprinted one. We've got all these other ones under here. Absolutely amazing. I feel like I'm at home. Right, thank you so much, Peter, because I would have just put all of those books just in a cupboard or in a drawer or put them back in the box and then had to rummage through. But actually, I think that was a really nice idea is to display them all like that, because then if I need to find a book, it's just there. So that's great. So I want to thank everyone for watching. Don't forget that the prints are available on the website, doingitourselves.com. They are very reasonably priced. We've kept them as cheap as we possibly can. And now, anyone who buys a print in the US and Canada, they will be shipped directly from Washington, DC now, so you won't get the import tax. So that is a massive step forward, which kind of saves money on the shipping as well. So that's good. So obviously they'll all be signed by me and then sent to our friend Stuart in Washington, DC, and she will then ship them all from there. So you'll receive them much, much quicker. So that's really good news. So they're available, and I just want to thank everyone for watching. Me and Peter are going to be filming some really cool videos from now on. So watch this space. See you soon.